Hi, this is Ash from Outlier. This is another video in our series on how Chinese characters actually work. Okay, up to now we focused on talking about our system and explaining how our system works. Well, today I kind of want to change gears and talk more about the benefits you can expect to receive by using our system. Our system reveals how Chinese characters work as a system. Each character a learner learns is like a building block towards understanding that system, keeping the learning down to a manageable size. The logic behind this system is a powerful tool that can be used to remember new characters, recall old characters, and make intelligent predictions about characters you haven't even learned yet. The main two benefits I'm going to talk about in this video are clearing up confusion caused by similar looking components by using an understanding of how the sound system of Chinese characters works. Benefit number two, I'm going to show you how to make intelligent guesses about characters you haven't even learned yet when you meet them in a meaningful context. Benefit number one, if you learn characters by using our system, you'll be able to clear up some confusion about similar looking components, such as these two. Okay, now imagine this. You spend all night studying, you go to your class the next day to take your 听写, and then you go to write a character and it has one of these two components in it. And you don't really remember which one to write, and you're kind of asking yourself, does this character have that dot in it, or does it not have the dot? Well, at that point, you pretty much just might as well flip a coin, because you're basically left up to chance as to whether you're going to get it right or not. However, if you know our system, you'll know how sound components work. And if you know how sound components work, you'll know that this is pronounced gen. It can be used to represent the sounds gen, kun, hun, and even some other irregular sounds. If you know this is pronounced liang, and you know that it can be used to represent a character sound of liang, lang, nang, or niang, then you can use this knowledge to get away from this dot or no dot question and ask yourself a meaningful question, such as, what is the pronunciation of the character that I want to write? If it's gun, kun, or hun, I know there's no dot. If it's lang, liang, nang, or nang, then I know I gotta write a dot. Let's do some examples. Okay, say you want to write a word that's pronounced gen and it means root. You'll know that there is no dot because you know that gun falls in the range of gun, kun, hun. So you write gun, no dot. This character is very easy. It has a semantic component, which means tree or wood, and has a sound component pronounced gun. Another example would be, I'm trying to write the character lang, wave. If I'm trying to write a character pronounced lang, then by sound connection, I know that I should write the sound component liang. So I'm not asking myself a meaningless question, dot or no dot. I'm asking myself a meaningful question, what is the sound of this component? What is the sound of the character that I want to write? If you know how sound components work, you can use this information to keep separate similar looking components, especially when they appear as sound components. This is not an isolated example. I've collected at least 33 pairs of components that can be used in this way. I'll show you 4 more just so you have an idea what this is like. Take these two, ting and yan, also very similar looking, also almost always sound components. Then these two, Mao versus Ang, and then these two, Mian versus Tu, and then finally Zhuan versus Fu. So this is one of the main benefits of understanding how sound components work, and if you learn using our system, you will. Knowing these sound connections is useful for doing other stuff, like jogging your memory for a character that you want to write that you haven't written in a long time, or for making intelligent predictions about characters you haven't even learned yet. And that's a good segue because that's benefit number 2. You can use the system to make intelligent guesses about characters that you haven't even learned yet, as long as they appear in a meaningful context. We call this predictive ability. Using your knowledge of the system to predict likely sounds or meanings for a character that you haven't learned yet. How does that work? Say you come across this sentence here, and you don't know one of the characters in the middle, so you're reading it and you're like, 他用脸 something, 洗脸. Okay, so what is the something? Well, I take my knowledge of the other characters in this sentence, and I know that it means something like, he uses a face something to wash his face. Okay, so now we have a meaning. We have a general idea of what this probably means. And when we look at the character, we see that its two components are fen and mean. And that mean means container, almost never works as a sound component, while fen is very often used as a sound component. We know from fen that the sound of the character is probably something like fen, and from the semantic component we know it probably has, the meaning has something to do with containers. However, we really don't know anything for certain because what we're doing here is making intelligent guesses. If we look this character up in the dictionary, we'll discover that it's pronounced pen, and that it's a type of basin. And what is a basin? It's a container. So we were correct with our guess about the meaning of the character, but we were a little bit off with our sound. However, if you understand sound patterns and how they work in Chinese characters, and you will understand that if you learn using our system, you would know that b, p, f are very closely related sounds, and that they often occur together in sound series. So if you knew that, the pronunciation pan would not be a surprise at all. This same type of reasoning can be used to recall a character that you've already learned. So basically you're plucking your memory strings using sound and meaning to recall that character. In summary, two of the benefits you get from using our system to learn Chinese characters are: one, greatly reducing the amount of confusion caused by similar looking components, and two, being able to make intelligent predictions about sounds and meanings of characters that you see in a meaningful context. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe. You can follow us on Twitter and Facebook, and if you're really into the origins and evolution of Chinese characters, be sure to check out our blog. Until next time, this is Ash.